They expected you to quit, to back out, to refuse the assignment. But they didn't know who you were, and they didn't know whose you were. Now watch what happens when you show up anyway. God took me to Daniel to remind me, and now I need to remind you. So God had me in the book of Daniel, not only for me, but also for you. So I want you to read the book of Daniel, because God gave me a revelation this morning. Let me tell you, it was so good to me. And I just have to share it with you. Daniel didn't wake up in a palace. He didn't clock in to his dream position, working alongside of people who shared his same guidelines, goals, principles, values. Daniel went to work in Babylon, a place that he did not choose. A system that did not honor his God, under leaders who watched him very, very closely and waited on him to fail the assignment. Not because the job was perfect, but because God placed him there. He didn't say, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have to go and serve this king again. Daniel understood that I get to represent my God here. He understood I get to represent my God on Marvelous Monday. I get to represent my God on Terrific Tuesday. I get to worship my God on Worshiping Wonderful Wednesday. I get to worship my God on Thankful Thursday. I get to worship my God on Fabulous Friday. He understood. So he got there early, which is before time. He showed up prepared. He showed up with a good attitude. He worked with honesty, dignity, and he paid attention to details that other people did not. Just like a lot of us that complain, Daniel could have also sat around and complained. He was taken from his home. He was forced to serve in a foreign kingdom, placed under a king who did not worship our God. He was expected to eat foods that he would normally not even eat. He was expected to do things that went against his belief. So he could have complained about a lot of things. He didn't sit around and talk about people in different gossip circles. Instead, he did what he was supposed to do. He was watched closely and tested constantly. He was thrown into a lion's den for praying. Could have said, I'm doing everything right. Why does all these things keep happening to me? What have I done wrong? He could have had complaint after complaint after complaint. Why me? He could have quit, but he didn't. He continued to pray. He continued to trust. He continued to believe regardless of the pressure he was under. He stayed prayerful and he trusted God. They tried to find something wrong with him, but they couldn't. No scandal, no shortcuts, no laziness, just faithfulness. Daniel didn't treat going to work, having to go to work, or working as a punishment. Instead, he treated working as his God-given assignment. And that's why the Bible tells us that he did everything with a spirit of excellence. Because Daniel knew something that we seem to forget. The job isn't just provision, it is positioning. God used Daniel's work ethic to place him in rooms where decisions were made, where influence mattered, and where prayer could change outcomes. So when you wake up on tomorrow and that alarm clock goes off, don't say, I gotta go to work. Say, I get to go to work because it's the position that God put you in until He is ready to move you unto your next. So it doesn't matter the assignment that they have given us and why they gave it to us. It's about the assignment that God has given us to do whatever it is. Remember, we get to represent God in spaces that other people can't reach. So it doesn't matter the job title that they have given you already or that they will give you, because excellence is not in the job title. It's in who you represent when you walk into the building. So let them plot, let them plan. They have the right one this time, or the wrong one, whichever way you want to look at it. Because what they don't know is they have a praying one, and that our God sets the table. Won't let them have a seat at the table, but will let them watch everything transpiring that they thought was going to happen. Has it ever been a time in your life when people meant something for your bad, but God turned that thing around and made it for your good? Please drop it down in the comments. Each one encourage one. One other thing I thought about, you all. Chew on this and digest it slowly. You know, Daniel had to have some type of relationship with our Creator. Daniel probably said, God, you see them. You see what they're trying to do. They're trying to invent this new rule just to catch me slipping. Can you imagine God saying to him, stand still, my son, and see the salvation of the Lord? You don't think that God probably told Daniel, if I be for you, then who can be against you? Can you just imagine the discussions that he and Daniel might have had? So he knew what they were up to, but yet he continued doing everything in the spirit of excellence. But he said, for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. We shall continue to pray to the Lord. We shall continue to worship, to pray, to read. Can you all imagine that? And that's the kind of spirit of excellence I want us to always have and to always keep. So, if God be for you, who can be against you, my brother or my sister? Now, peace, love, and magnified blessings.